Good morning and happy new year to all our listeners out there. We're kicking off 2025 with a bang, diving into the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency and gaming. And today,
That's right. Today we're focusing on the intersection of crypto and gaming with some exciting updates from the world of crypto games. From closed beta testing to airdrops and new game releases, we've got it all covered. Um,
let's start with the biggest news of the day. Hamster Kombat has just announced the start of closed beta testing for its highly anticipated Season 2, also known as HamsterVerse. According to a tweet from the company, 300 community users have been selected to participate in the testing phase.
That's a significant number, and it's clear that Hamster Kombat is eager to get feedback from its community. The invites were sent out through the Hamster Kombat bot on Telegram, so if you're a fan of the game, be sure to check your inbox.
This is a big deal for Hamster Kombat, and it's likely to have a significant impact on the gaming community. We'll be keeping a close eye on the developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available.
In other gaming news, Illuvium Overworld is gearing up for a major update. The company recently tweeted about a new dawn for the game, hinting at some significant changes on the horizon. Overworld is a large game at the time, which includes Overworld for an afternoon game, as well as Gathering Space for now separate rideshare. Illuvium Overworld will offer...
Illuvium has been making waves in the gaming community with its innovative approach to blockchain gaming. We're excited to see what this new update brings and how it will impact the gameplay experience.
These developments are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the intersection of crypto and gaming. Throughout this episode, we'll be exploring the latest trends and innovations in the space, from Telegram game airdrops to the rise of crypto gaming hubs like Decrypt's art, fashion, and entertainment hub, Scene.
That's right. We'll be taking a closer look at the ways in which crypto is changing the gaming landscape and what this means for gamers, investors, and the broader crypto community.
It's going to be a wild ride, so buckle up and let's dive in. What do you think is the most significant development in crypto gaming right now?
For me, it's the increasing adoption of blockchain technology by mainstream gaming companies. We're seeing more and more big name players entering the space, and that's likely to drive innovation and growth.
That's a great point. The intersection of crypto and gaming is an exciting space to watch, and we're just getting started. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis throughout this episode.
We were just talking about the impact of blockchain on the gaming industry, and I think this next topic ties in perfectly. Decrypt recently released a list of 7 under-the-radar gaming gems from 2024 that you might have missed.
Yeah, it's no secret that the gaming industry is incredibly saturated. I mean, hundreds of games can be released in a single day. It's almost impossible to keep up with the latest and greatest.
Exactly. And that's why lists like this are so valuable. They help us cut through the noise and discover games that truly stand out. According to Decrypt, these 7 games offer unique art, fun gameplay, and elements that wouldn't work in a big studio game release.
I love that because, let's be real, sometimes it's the indie games that are the most innovative. They're not bound by the same constraints as bigger studios, so they can take more risks and try new things.
Absolutely. And that's what makes these under-the-radar gems so exciting. I mean, who doesn't love discovering a game that's flying under the radar but still offers an incredible experience?
For sure. I think one of the most interesting aspects of this list is the variety of games included. From puzzle games to strategy games, there's something for everyone. And I think what's really interesting about the list is that it's so vast, and I mean...
Yeah, and it's not just about the type of game either. The art styles and soundtracks are also noteworthy. Some of these games have truly stunning visuals and sound design.
Well, that's one of the things I love about indie games. They often have a distinct personality that sets them apart from bigger releases. It's like you can feel the passion and creativity that went into making the game.
Building on what we discussed earlier about blockchain gaming, it's interesting to think about how some of these under-the-radar gems might be utilizing blockchain technology to create new and innovative experiences.
Speaking of which, have you heard about any blockchain-based games that are making waves in the industry?
Actually, I have. There's a new game that's using blockchain to create a decentralized, community-driven experience. It's still in early development, but it's definitely one to watch.
That sounds fascinating. I'd love to learn more about it. Maybe we can dive deeper into it on a future episode.
Absolutely. We'll definitely keep an eye on it and bring you updates as more information becomes available.
And in the meantime, we'll make sure to link to Decrypt's list of under-the-radar gaming gems in our show notes so you can check out these hidden gems for yourself.
Sounds good to me. Up next, we've got a story about the latest developments in the world of crypto regulation.
Building on what we discussed earlier about AI and its potential impact on the crypto space, I came across an interesting article on Decrypt that caught my attention. They decided to put some of the top AI platforms to the test, comparing the likes of ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini.
That sounds like a fascinating read. I'm curious to know how these platforms stack up against each other. What were the key takeaways from the article?
Well, the article highlights the versatility of AI agents and the numerous tasks they can perform, from searching through documents to building code and scraping the web. It even mentions the possibility of creating a virtual office with specialized AI agents working together like a team of digital employees.
That sounds like a game changer for productivity and efficiency. But how accessible is this technology to the average person? Is it something that requires extensive coding knowledge, or can anyone build their own AI agents?
According to the article, building AI agents might be more accessible than we think. The author notes that while it does require some technical expertise, it's not necessarily out of reach for a regular person who's willing to learn and experiment. So
That's encouraging to hear. It's reminiscent of the early days of the internet, where people were building their own websites and experimenting with new technologies. We might be seeing a similar trend emerge with AI.
speaking of trends, it's worth noting that the crypto space has been at the forefront of AI adoption, with many projects exploring the use of AI for tasks like data analysis and smart contract optimization. The project that has the biggest presence on the web right now is CryptoKitty, which is a company that helps people learn how to use cryptocurrencies and interact with it.
That's a great point. We've seen examples of AI-propounded trading bots and predictive models being used in the crypto space. It's exciting to think about the potential applications of AI in this industry.
Absolutely. As AI technology continues to evolve and become more accessible, we can expect to see even more innovative uses of AI in the crypto space. And who knows, maybe one day we'll see the emergence of AI-powered decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, that can make decisions and take actions on their own.
Now, that's a thought-provoking idea. The possibilities are endless, and it's exciting to think about the future of AI in crypto. We'll be keeping a close eye on this space and bringing you updates as more developments emerge.
We're just talking about the creative ways developers are using gaming to tackle complex problems, and I think our next story is a perfect example of that. Have you heard about the Doom CAPTCHA project?
Yeah, I saw a video of it circulating online. Instead of the usual CAPTCHA test where you're trying to decipher distorted text or identify objects, this one drops you into a game of Doom, and you have to blast demons to prove you're human.
Exactly. The project was created by Guillermo Rauch, a software engineer and CEO of Vercel. He shared a video of it in action, and it's basically a modified version of the classic first-person shooter. You're presented with a short level, and you have to take down a certain number of demons within a time limit. And you have to take down a certain number of demons within a time limit.
I love it. Not only is it a more engaging way to verify that someone is human, but it's also a great way to pay homage to a classic game like Doom. I mean, who doesn't love blasting demons?
And it's not just about having fun. This approach could actually provide a more robust security measure. Think about it. Traditional CAPTCHAs can be easily bypassed by sophisticated bots, but a game like Doom requires a level of human intuition and decision-making that's much harder to replicate. Also,
It's a great point. By incorporating elements of gameplay and strategy, Doom CAPTCHA could potentially provide a more secure way to verify users. And who knows? Maybe this is just the beginning. We could see a whole new wave of game-based security measures in the future.
building on what we discussed earlier about the intersection of gaming and tech, it's clear that developers are thinking outside the box when it comes to solving complex problems. Whether it's using games to improve security or to create more immersive experiences, the possibilities are endless. But
Speaking of immersive experiences, I heard that Decrypt is launching a new hub focused on art, fashion, and entertainment in the crypto space. Have you heard anything about that?
yeah, I saw an announcement about it. It's called Scene, and it's supposed to be a platform that showcases the more creative side of crypto. They'll be featuring articles, podcasts, and even live events focused on the intersection of art, fashion, and entertainment with blockchain technology. So,
That sounds really cool. I think it's great that we're seeing more attention being paid to the creative side of crypto. It's not just about the tech itself, but about the people and projects that are using it to push the boundaries of what's possible.
if you've been following us throughout the episode, you know the market is trying to regain its footing after a tumultuous week. One of the more fascinating stories to emerge is from a Canadian investment firm that's putting a twist on MicroStrategy's Bitcoin reserve strategy, but with Dogecoin.
That's right. Spirit Blockchain Capital has announced plans to earn yield on its Dogecoins, mirroring the strategy popularized by MicroStrategy's Bitcoin reserves. It'll be interesting to see how this MicroStrategy of Dogecoin pans out, especially with Spirit Blockchain eyeing potential expansion to other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Solana.
The idea here seems to be centered around offering investors higher returns on their tokens. With interest rates rising and the market in a state of flux, investors are looking for new ways to generate returns. It's a natural progression, but the question remains, will Spirit Blockchain's strategy resonate with investors? Do you use the NFT mice?
One thing that might work in their favor is the growing interest in alternative yield-generating strategies. We've seen the rise of DeFi and other platforms offering novel ways to earn returns on cryptocurrency holdings. If Spirit Blockchain can effectively leverage its Dogecoin holdings and replicate that success with other cryptocurrencies, it could be a game changer.
It's worth noting that earlier in the episode, we discussed the current market sentiment and how investors are looking for signs of stability. If Spirit Blockchain can demonstrate a reliable and profitable yield strategy, it could help inject some much-needed confidence into the market.
And the third thing that we've learned since this is that there is potential for other firms to follow suit. If Spirit Blockchain's strategy proves successful, we might see a wave of other investment firms adapting similar approaches. This could lead to a new trend in cryptocurrency investing where firms focus on generating returns through yield strategies rather than solely relying on market appreciation.
As we wrap up today's episode, the key takeaway is that the market is still searching for stability and investors are looking for innovative ways to generate returns. Spirit Blockchain's MicroStrategy of Dogecoin is an intriguing development that could potentially pave the way for new investment strategies.
Looking ahead to the rest of the week, we'll be keeping a close eye on market movements and any further developments from Spirit Blockchain. We'll also be monitoring the broader market trends, including any updates on the regulatory front and the ongoing adoption of cryptocurrencies in mainstream finance.
That's all for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.